Have you ever felt like your home, the place that should feel safest, might actually be hiding a few surprises? Maybe you've caught yourself pausing at the top of the stairs, just for a second longer than you used to, or hesitating when you walk across a cluttered room. It's not something we like to think about, but falls are one of the biggest concerns as we get older. And let me tell you, it's not just about being cautious. It's about making small, smart changes that can make a big difference in how safe and comfortable you feel in your own space. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. In this video, I'm going to share 5 simple things you can do to make your home safer and reduce the risk of falls. These aren't complicated or expensive ideas. They're practical steps you can start taking today. Whether you're living alone, with a partner, or even if your grandkids visit often, these tips will help everyone feel more secure. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into the first one. The first thing we need to talk about is lighting. Now, I know this might sound basic, but hear me out. Good lighting is absolutely essential for preventing falls. Think about it. How many times have you walked into a dimly lit room and tripped over something you didn't see? Or maybe you've reached for a light switch in the dark and felt a little unsteady on your feet. As we age, our eyes don't adjust to changes in light as quickly as they used to. So having bright, consistent lighting throughout your home is key. Start by checking all the light fixtures in your house. Are there any bulbs that need replacing? If so, swap them out for brighter ones. LED bulbs are a great option because they're energy efficient and give off a nice, clear light. Pay special attention to hallways, staircases, and bathrooms, since these are areas where falls are more likely to happen. You might also want to consider adding night lights in places like the bedroom, bathroom, and kitchen. They're inexpensive, easy to install, and can make a world of difference if you need to get up in the middle of the night. Another tip is to make sure your switches are easy to find. If you have to fumble around for a switch in the dark, that's a recipe for trouble. One solution is to install glow-in-the-dark switch covers. They're affordable and can save you from a lot of unnecessary stress. And if you're feeling tech-savvy, there are motion sensor lights available now that turn on automatically when you enter a room. They're especially handy for areas like closets or basements where you might not always remember to flip the switch. Now that we've covered lighting, let's move on to something else that plays a huge role in keeping your home safe: clearing clutter. This is another area where small changes can have a big impact. Over time, it's easy for things to pile up: magazines on the coffee table, shoes by the door, bags on the floor. And while it might not seem like a big deal, those little obstacles can become hazards if you're not paying attention. Start by doing a quick walkthrough of your home. Look for anything that might be in the way of your usual paths. Are there rugs that bunch up or slide around? Maybe there's furniture that's placed awkwardly, forcing you to take a narrower path through the room. These are all things you can adjust to create a clearer, safer space. For example, secure any loose rugs with non-slip pads or double-sided tape. If you have throw rugs that you love but don't want to part with, consider replacing them with flat, low-pile options that are less likely to cause trips. And here's a bonus tip: decluttering isn't just about safety. It can also make your home feel more peaceful and organized. When you clear away the things you don't need, you create more space to enjoy the things you love. Maybe it's setting up a cozy reading nook by the window or making room for your favorite chair. Whatever it is, simplifying your space can improve both your safety and your quality of life. Now that we've talked about lighting and decluttering, let's move on to another important area: your floors. Floors are something we use every single day, but they're also one of the most common places where accidents happen. Whether it's a slippery tile in the bathroom or a worn-out carpet in the living room, the condition of your floors can have a big impact on how safe your home feels. Let's talk about what you can do to make sure your floors are working for you, not against you. When it comes to your floors, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First off, let's talk about rugs and mats. They might seem harmless, but if they're not secured properly, they can easily become tripping hazards. You've probably heard the phrase "a rug out of place," and when it comes to safety, that's exactly what we want to avoid. If you have area rugs or mats around the house, make sure they're either firmly attached to the floor or have non-slip backing. This is especially important in high-traffic areas like hallways, kitchens, and bathrooms. A quick fix is to use double-sided carpet tape or rubber mat grippers. These are inexpensive and can save you from a lot of unnecessary worry. Now, let's shift our focus to the bathroom. I know it might sound strange to say this, but bathrooms can be one of the most dangerous rooms in the house. Between slippery tiles, wet surfaces, and hard countertops, there are plenty of opportunities for accidents. But don't worry, there are simple solutions that can make a big difference. For example, consider adding non-slip mats or decals to your shower or bathtub. These little additions provide extra grip when you're stepping in or out, which is crucial for staying steady on your feet. And if you're someone who likes to take a bath, installing grab bars near the tub or toilet can give you something to hold on to as you move around. These bars are sturdy, easy to install, and come in a variety of styles so they won't clash with your decor. While we're on the topic of bathrooms, let's not forget about the importance of keeping essentials within reach. Reaching up high or bending down low can throw off your balance, especially if you're standing on a slick surface. So, take a moment to reorganize your space. Move frequently used items, like towels, toiletries, and cleaning supplies, to lower shelves or cabinets where they're easier to access. If you have a step stool for reaching higher places, make sure it's stable and has a good grip. Better yet, ask someone to help you rearrange things so you don't have to rely on climbing in the first place. Now, let's step out of the bathroom and into another part of the house where falls often happen, the stairs. Whether you have a full flight of stairs or just a few steps leading to your front door, they deserve some special attention. Stairs can be tricky, even for people who've been using them for years. One of the simplest things you can do is make sure they're well lit. Remember how we talked about lighting earlier? It applies here too. Install a light fixture at the top and bottom of the staircase, or better yet, use motion sensor lights that turn on automatically when you approach. This way, you'll never have to fumble in the dark or miss a step because you couldn't see clearly. Another thing to check is the condition of your stair treads. Are they worn down, uneven, or slippery? If so, it's time to make some updates. Adding non-slip strips to each step is an easy and affordable solution. These strips provide extra traction and can prevent your foot from sliding as you climb up or down. And while you're at it, take a look at the handrail. Is it sturdy and securely attached? If not, now's the time to fix it. A good handrail should be at a comfortable height and easy to grip. It's like having a helping hand every time you use the stairs. Speaking of helping hands, let's talk about furniture. Believe it or not, the way your furniture is arranged can play a big role in preventing falls. Think about how you move through each room. Are there clear paths from one area to another, or do you find yourself weaving around chairs, tables, or other obstacles? Rearranging your furniture to create wider, more open pathways can make a huge difference in how safely you navigate your home. For example, if you have a coffee table that's right in the middle of your walking path, consider moving it to the side or replacing it with something smaller. The goal is to give yourself plenty of room to move without feeling cramped or restricted. One last thing to think about when it comes to furniture is stability. As much as we love our cozy armchairs and decorative side tables, they need to be sturdy enough to support us if we lean on them. Test each piece by giving it a gentle shake. If it wobbles or feels unsteady, it might be time to repair or replace it. And if you have pets, watch out for their toys or bowls left lying around. They can easily become trip hazards if they're not put away after playtime. Now that we've covered floors, stairs, and furniture, let's move on to one final area that deserves some attention: the kitchen. The kitchen is the heart of the home, but it can also be a hot spot for accidents if we're not careful. From spills on the floor to heavy pots and pans stored in hard-to-reach places, there are plenty of risks to consider. Let's talk about how to make this space safer and more user-friendly. The kitchen is where we spend a lot of our time, whether it's preparing meals, enjoying coffee in the morning, or chatting with family over snacks. But it's also a room filled with potential hazards if we're not mindful. One of the first things to think about is keeping the floor clean and dry. Spills happen. It's just part of life, but leaving them unattended can lead to slips. If you spill something, no matter how small, take a moment to wipe it up right away. Keep a mop or paper towels handy so you're always prepared. And while you're at it, check for any loose tiles or uneven areas on the floor that could catch your foot. Fixing these issues might seem minor, but they can make a world of difference in preventing accidents. Now, let's talk about storage. Many of us have kitchens with high shelves or deep cabinets, and while they're great for maximizing space, they can be tricky to access as we get older. Reaching up for a heavy pot or bending down to grab a pan from the bottom shelf isn't just inconvenient. It can also throw off your balance. Instead, try rearranging your kitchen so that the items you use most often are stored at waist or eye level. This way, You won't have to stretch or strain to get what you need. For those heavier items, consider investing in lightweight alternatives like non-stick pans or plastic containers, which are easier to handle. And if you do need to reach something higher up, don't hesitate to use a sturdy step stool. Just make sure it's stable before you climb. Another tip for the kitchen is to keep things organized. Cluttered countertops aren't just messy, they can also create unnecessary obstacles when you're moving around. Take some time to clear off your workspace and put away anything that doesn't need to be out. You'll be surprised at how much more open and inviting your kitchen feels when it's tidy. Plus, having a clear counter makes meal prep easier and safer, since you won't have to navigate around piles of mail or appliances you rarely use. Now that we've covered all 5 changes, lighting, decluttering, floors and stairs, furniture, and the kitchen, you might be wondering, where do I even start? The good news is, you don't have to tackle everything at once. Pick one area that feels manageable and begin there. Maybe it's swapping out a few light bulbs or securing a rug that's been giving you trouble. Once you see how much of a difference those small adjustments make, you'll feel motivated to keep going. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every little step you take toward making your home safer brings you closer to peace of mind. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. These changes aren't just about preventing falls. They're about creating a space where you can live comfortably and confidently. When your home feels safe, it becomes a place where you can truly relax and enjoy life. Whether it's hosting family gatherings, pursuing hobbies, or simply savoring a quiet evening with a book, your home should support the things that bring you joy. So as you work through these tips, keep that in mind. You're not just making your house safer, you're setting yourself up to thrive. I'd love to hear from you. Have you made any changes to your home lately that have made a difference? Or maybe there's something new you're planning to try after watching this video. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Hearing from each other reminds us that we're not alone in this journey, and your experiences might inspire someone else who's looking for ideas. Before we wrap up, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to provide practical advice and encouragement for living your best life at any age. And there's plenty more content coming your way. Whether you're interested in staying active, eating well, or finding new ways to connect with loved ones, we've got you covered. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It's been a pleasure sharing these tips with you, and I hope you leave feeling empowered to make your home a safer, happier place. Here's to taking care of ourselves, embracing the wisdom that comes with age, and continuing to live life to the fullest. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Until next time, take care and stay safe.